Carson, one of the things that's been really intriguing about obviously our whole journey here is at the end of your recruitment, sort of the last month or so, at least to Michigan State fans and us in the recruiting circles, we kind of were not expecting Michigan State to add another high school big man. And suddenly out of nowhere, here's Coach Izzo taking a risk on you all the way down in Florida. Not that many offers. Obviously, as you know, recruiting these days, everyone's looking at rankings and offers and all of that. How can you kind of detail that month for you? And was it expected when Coach Izzo reached out? What was your plan instead if Michigan State didn't reach out? What was that month like for you, I guess the final month of your recruitment?
No, it was a it was a really stressful month just because like I had to make a big decision. My two decisions were pretty simple for me. Honestly, it was take one of my mid-major offers I had.
Okay.
Or do a post-grad year and play for the IMG national team. And I think at that time I was kind of moving towards the post-grad team just because I knew like I wanted to play at like the high major level.
Right.
So then I ended up, I was playing with the Florida Rebels to kind of like see what I could get sparked. And then like Izzo came out to one of the showcases, like me not thinking anything of it. I was like, oh my God, like Izzo's here. Like he's probably looking at like one of our other players. And then like, I don't know, a week later, assistant reached out to me and it was insane. Like that, like he came down, talked to me. He said like he wanted to get down and see me work out, came down. It was kind of funny. He told me he was really happy what he saw, but he couldn't tell me for sure if they had a scholarship available. So he was kind of waiting to see if he went back and Izzo was like still like okay with bringing me on.
Right.
But like obviously it was like really late. So like after I got on campus for my official, like I knew for sure. I knew coming up to my official that it was
right.
Like this is where I was going. But no, it was like unreal just how quickly everything happened and to see like everyone's reactions because it was there were some positive and negatives out there, but it was pretty cool.
So speaking of quick, how quick was it from you getting the offer from Michigan State to you saying, yeah, that sounds about, yeah, let's go for it? Was it like within the hour? Was it within a day? Or how quick was this turnaround for you?
No, it was probably the same phone call with the assistant that I had on there with Coach Woj. He was talking to me about it, and he was like, Loki was like getting intimidated talking with him because he was so like, he was kind of coming off as a little arrogant a little bit, but like at this level you have to be to like really get what you need out of these guys. So he was really grilling me like, I need to make sure like this is what you want to do, like this is where you want to play, and I was like, yeah, like this is what I want. So he. Like I basically told him that first phone call, like this is what I want to do. So
easy as that.
Yeah, that's a great story right there. And I know back then some fans were kind of saying, "Oh, Michigan State needs to go to the portal. They need to go to the portal." So when they saw that Izzo went after you, I think that's kind of why some of the negative reactions were there. But now, kind of after seeing you in that USC game and just the season you had, I think a lot of people are starting to see why Coach Izzo went the direction that he did and the long-term potential and the contributions you can make. But I guess coming into this season, I don't know what you thought the plan was, but I know Coach Izzo was saying to media that possibly redshirting was an option. Then as you had spent more and more time on campus and the season was getting closer, he was starting to walk that back. And he's saying, no, like this is a kid that can kind of play probably sooner than we thought. What was kind of the plan from when you got on campus, and how long after that did it change? Or was there really not ever a plan and you were just like, hey, we'll see what happens?
Yeah, like I call myself like a humble guy, but when I got on campus, like I knew that redshirting was like the plan, and I was 100% okay with that. Like a full year of development with Michigan State would have been like it would have been fine. Like, But for me, I just kept thinking like I'm in this position, like I'm just gonna keep working, see what happens, like just try to show people that like some things they haven't seen on the basketball court in high school and AAU. So like during the summer, I just like worked my butt off and showed them that I could kind of compete at this level. And then obviously it worked out in the end for me. But
I would say so. Yeah. So you're kind of learning on the fly here, developing throughout your year. We love breaking people's game down, of course, but let's talk to the guy himself. Where do you think you improved the most at throughout this season in your freshman year?
Honestly, I would say that just my overall confidence and feel for like playing with these guys was probably the biggest thing I could take away. Obviously, the bigs this year weren't the main scoring option.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think defensively, like me being able to get on the court and play some four in this season was really helpful. Being able to like defend like against other guys and be like a shot blocker at the rim, I think that was a big step for me to get on the court. Even though like I'm not going to be like the main scoring option, which is I'm okay with that. But just anything I can do to get some minutes. So
sure.
Yeah. So I guess kind of going through that whole development and getting better each day, it led you to that great stretch of minutes that you had, or just the whole great game actually against USC. What was that like? What was going through your head when you saw yourself just consistently playing great defense, getting rebounds, kind of everything coming to fruition for you, all your hard work? What was that like?
I mean, yeah, it was unreal. I just kept thinking in the locker room after the game, I was like, a year ago, like I didn't know where I was playing, and now I'm like contributing to March Madness games, like to go to a Sweet 16. I'm like, so it was just unreal, like a dream kind of. But at the same time, I didn't really think about that when I was playing. I just thought about it as like another game, and then like obviously it just kept coming to me, and then I just kind of let my confidence and take over a little bit, and I think that's when I put my best basketball.
Yeah.
Now, I got a serious question first, but before that, I need you to get me out of jail here, Carson. So I'm an older guy. I'm washed. I got a kid, all that good stuff. And that USC game was during my kid's nap time, and I was quiet for the most part. Your tip slam, though, it wasn't a yell. It wasn't a shriek. It was like some noise that a human's never made before. I did it at the top of my lungs, and this is as like my kid was going down. My wife wasn't thrilled necessarily with my behavior, and then I think I said to her, like, blame Carson Cooper. He just did that. So, do you mind apologizing? Do you mind wearing this for me? I know we just met, but
yeah, I'll take it. Like,
okay.
You can show this to your wife. Like that's my bad. I'll take that one.
Okay, I'm glad I'm vindicated then. And on a serious note, hey, what are you going to work on for this off season? I mean, is it just refining the post moves? Is it? I saw on Twitter before the Sweet 16 game that you're knocking a 3 or 2 down Madison Square Garden. Is that going to be part of your package, or what is the biggest emphasis for you in this off season here?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. We had our team evaluation, like end of the year evaluation meetings with Coach today. So it was really cool to sit down with him and have a little like session where he kind of talked to me about what I need to really work on. But for him, it was a lot more weight room. So getting in the weight room, trying to gain he's 12 to 15 pounds, but still be able to move my feet as well as I can. So that's going to be a big focal point this summer. But basketball wise, I'd probably say like getting, hopefully we can start knocking down some threes. But I'd say we probably work from 15 feet. Yeah. And then get a little confidence down in the post. So I think just like offensively, it's gonna be a big summer for me to work just like all around.
So by 2024 in Maui, like that's when you're going to start splashing baseline threes home. Got it. Okay, I'm going to jot that down here really quick. All right, I like that.
So Carson, what? I mean, you don't have to tell us the specifics of your conversation, but what kind of goes on at these exit meetings? Is it just pretty much, hey, what can I do to get better, or are there other topics? Like, what is the general sort of takeaways from these sort of meetings at the end of the year?
Yeah, it's really about how you thought you did this year. You kind of, you want what you thought, and then, like, what do you think you're struggling with? Being able to find out, like, what your weaknesses are and self-evaluate what he tells us is the hardest thing to do. And then, just, tell us what we want to hear and what we want to get better at, what he thinks we should get better at. But other than that, it was pretty straightforward. But
okay.
And I saw here on the bio on MSUSpartans.com that your first job was making pizzas, which that's what I'm talking about right there. What's more difficult? Is it dealing with a crabby customer that doesn't love their pizza, or is it guarding someone like Zach Edey? Like, what's more difficult in your opinion? between the two?
I don't know. I've gotten distracted a couple times making pizzas, and you know it's been kind of stressful. But no, I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't guard Zach Edey and guys like that. I'd say Big Ten bigs were the best in the country this year.
Yes.
So
Yeah, correct.
Me being a freshman and guarding those players like Trace and Zach and Hunter, like every possession I'm guarding them is really making me better. And that's why I didn't want to redshirt after that, just because I knew like every experience and every moment I was on the court is gonna help in the future. But
right on.
But yeah, Little Caesars was the spot. That was where I was at.
That is my favorite spot. Oh man.
Oh my
I got a new favorite player on the team. I think.
There's not a week that goes by where Sheehan doesn't tweet a picture of Little Caesars out and saying my life is a movie.
Yeah.
Every single week. That's just what his brand has become.
I'm smashing some this Friday and probably Saturday too, if we're gonna be honest. Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't had Little Caesars since I quit there. I think I had too much.
Dang it. Shoot. Well, there you go. Well, hey, catch me rocking a 15 jersey, but on the back it says Caesars at Breslin Center next year. It's going to be sick.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I think, Sheehan, you got a couple more fun questions for Carson as well.
Well, the bio wasn't done at the pizza making. It lists that you have driving stick shift as a hidden talent. I don't even have a creative question for that. Just what? How? What? Like, how did that even come to be? Tell me about that, how that came out.
Yeah, so my mom's side of the family, my grandpa and both my uncles, they basically grew up working on cars. My grandpa's 67, 68, still works on cars. Like that's his thing. So he's got all the fun toys over at his house. So I probably learned when I was like probably 12 or 13 really how to get the basics down, and then like it started off with some junker car that like I don't think had two doors on it. It was just like a snap of battle. We were driving up and down his long driveway, and then you know once I got some confidence there, I got to hop in his Corvette a couple times and drive that. And so it was just I don't know. It's a fun talent I got to pick up early, and I'm low-key glad I got to learn it. So I don't know.
I can barely drive automatic, so that's impressive, man. That's incredible. I got two quick questions, and we're going back to the bio here. It says your favorite movie is Wolf of Wall Street. Nice little family-friendly movie right there. Teammate most likely to turn into Jordan Belfort, if you had to put it on one person, minus the drugs and everything like that. Just like financial, who's financially driven on this team? That's what we're looking for.
Man, honestly, I'd probably say Malik, just because I feel like he's just a more like straightforward, like mentally strong guy, like just always like want to like get to the next step. But like how like the mental part, I'd probably say AJ, like just how like crazy he was, like he was always talking, always doing something, but I don't know.
Yeah, so Malik or AJ will be the next Matt Ishbia, and we expect a $32 million donation in 25 years.
Mark it down. Actually, Sharpie it down. So last thing I got for you. You mentioned that you're trying to gain 12 to 15 pounds in the off season. I'm sure that's muscle. I'm sure that's lifting. But let's say hypothetically we had to do it off food in East Lansing. What is your strategy here? Do you lock yourself in Brody for a week? Do you go to Barrio, Justin's favorite, or
Eastside Fish Fry?
Eastside Fish Fry. Are we going to crawl
No,
back to Little
you already
Caesars?
got me. You already got me at Barrio.
There we go.
I've spent too much money there. Like I think. They keep getting me with those raised prices, but I'll go
What's
there.
The go-to Barrio order?
I'm a hard shell guy, but I like the shrimp and Coca-Cola marinated steak over there. I like to pull up on the protein and add some salsa and rice. So I don't know. I can if after like a practice, I can go down there and probably devour 6 or 7.
Oh yeah, I haven't been back to East Lansing in the last like 2 years without going back to Barrio. Like every single trip in the last two years, I've had a Barrio stop. It's always the same order: the bombshell, that's with the bacon and the hard shell and the soft shell, all wrapped on the outside. The spice rub chicken, crack sauce, whatever else you want to put in, whatever. But those are the fundamental pillars of my order that never change.
Yeah,
and
that's
can't go wrong with those.
that's where they took me for my first dinner on my official. That's where they took me with the coaches and everything. That was my first official dinner in East Lansing. Barrio. It was amazing.
Yeah, I would have committed on the spot too.
And I believe his roommate, Jackson Kohler, also said the same thing about Barrio. He loves it. We're doing a full court press now to get Barrio to throw an NIL deal out here
as we should
to these two gentlemen here. So we're gonna try.
We'll clip this up. Send
I got
it to
minimal
management.
pull, but I'm gonna try my best. So we're gonna see what we can do here.
Yeah.
So for my new favorite player on the team, that's right, Mr. Little Caesars himself.
Yeah.
Carson Cooper. That's right.
Carson, my last question for you: if you had to guess, how many clipboards has Coach Izzo broken since you've gotten to campus? And then we'll tell you what Jackson said. So we'll see how off you guys are on your guesses.
We're going to be in the middle here.
Man, I'd say he'd probably break one every other game.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So that's 17 right
Which
there.
probably isn't as bad as you think, but yeah, probably. I'd probably say 15 to be honest.
Oh, okay. That's perfect. Jackson said 12 to 15, didn't he?
Well, you guys are on the same
okay.
wavelength then.
That's perfect.
I think
then.
so.
We got a double source. Perfect.
There we go. Nice. There we go. Well, Carson,
he makes up for it. He makes up for it when he goes. Oh, sorry. He makes up for it when he goes. When I think he broke 3 in the Purdue game. So that was.
That's a tough day at the office.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sure Sheehan, you broke some things that day too.
No, just my heart. That's all. That's all. I took it just silently. That's okay. Like a well-adjusted adult.
Well-adjusted adult. Yeah. Actually, Carson, one last question because Coach Izzo, bringing him up, just kind of put this in my head. What can you say about Coach Izzo to people that kind of just wonder what he is like from the outside? Someone that took a shot on you when a lot of people across the country, you said mid-major kind of was your other option. So there were all these other programs that had a chance, probably saw you, didn't offer you. Just thinking about it from that perspective and kind of the chance he took on you, how would you describe Coach Izzo?
That's probably one of the guys I respect most, like, that I've ever met, just because of the fact that, like what you said, like he took a chance on me. Like my numbers really didn't make up for what people thought would Michigan State big would look like just out of high school. But the fact that he respected my move to IMG away from home, and he loved that I was like from Jackson, like 30 minutes away, like why would I transfer out from somewhere that I grew up around? But like even those days that like he gets a little chippy at you and all that, you just always got to think that he's doing it for the best of you. He's doing it for your future, because he wants the best for you. But
yeah. Great stuff. Well, Carson, we're excited that you're here. We're excited that Coach Izzo took that chance. We're excited that you decided to take the leap of faith and come to Michigan State, and looking forward to all that you can accomplish in the coming years, and hopefully we can have you on soon.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys' time tonight. It's fun to be on.
We'll try to connect you and Barrio together. We'll see. We'll try our best. We're gonna try.
Appreciate it,
awesome.
Carson.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.